Hey guys, Josh Carter here with OneObjective. In today's video, we're going to be going over chatterbaits. There's a lot of different kinds out there. There's the original chatterbaits, there's the new Strike King, and then there's also some of the knockoffs. So we're going to show you some of the differences and what the actions are on those. Alright guys, well, like I said, in today's video we're going to be going over chatterbaits. We know the evergreen has been the big deal when it comes to the whole chatterbait vibrating jig market. There's a lot of other brands out there that I'm not going to cover in this video because I just don't have enough money to buy them all. So we're going to kind of go over the main ones that a lot of people like to throw. We've had some questions of people doing after our Whopper Plopper and Chapo video of doing something with some chatterbaits. So just going to kind of go over some small things that are differences with also with the new. You got the evergreen, and then they also Strike King come out with the Thunder Cricket. As you'll see in the video here of just the action and how each one feels. Now I will say, just me throwing, the evergreen felt like it had a little bit more vibration compared to the Thunder Cricket. But you can see the difference in blades here. A lot of people was like, oh, that's a knockoff, that's a knockoff. But we talked with Strike King, and they had some license agreements and all that. I don't know the whole legal side of it, but this right here is actually something I just noticed, is how that moves in the eye right there, which is slotted. Which to be honest with you, I just noticed that. So that's going to be another big difference when it comes to the evergreen here. Now, when it comes down to your hook, let's start here, really. This is where I wanted to get into, is the difference in the hook. That the Strike King actually has a thicker hook, a bigger hook. Now that can hurt you, but it can also be good. You know, if you hang into a big fish, you get in a brush pile, that big hook's gonna be good. But a thinner hook is always better for a hookup ratio, in my experience. You want something a little bit smaller, like say, you don't have to lay into it as hard when setting a hook, and all that. But the biggest thing too, difference wise, is your bait keepers. Evergreen's got 2 of them, which works really, really well after throwing them. We all know, like when you go to the regular original chatterbait, which is tried and true, and it's caught a lot of fish, and I've caught a lot of fish off these. But I've always had to glue my bait to these. I throw grubs, that's what I throw them on. I throw a chartreuse grub. Like on this bait, I'd have a chartreuse grub. On the white one, I have a white grub. I love grubs when it comes to chatterbaits. But when it comes down to the hook keepers, I really like the evergreen, the chatterbait evergreen with their hook keepers. It's just a lot better hook keeper. Like say, you got the one on here, same style, just you got 2 on here. So you don't. I've noticed with like certain baits, with the one, the bait rips off a lot easier sometimes. So the 2, I don't have that problem. I've caught several fish off of it, and I don't have a problem with my trailer getting tore up too bad. Now let's get to the blades here. We all know that the chatterbait has that coffin style design. They went more to the rounded side, don't have the straight edges, which to me seems like it puts off less vibration like this one does. So I feel like when it comes to vibration wise, the sharp edges, the sharp angle here just puts off a better vibration. Now when we talk to Strike King and all that, the big deal with chatterbait and other companies selling vibrating jigs was the blade could not be attached to the eye on the head. You had to have this is kind of a knockoff here. This is just a you know, someone else made it. I don't even know. It's just a small company. But anyways, a lot of companies had to go to the snap ring, which I'll talk a little bit more about this bait here in a little bit and what I really like about it. But they had to go to the snap ring on it. That's where Strike King did their homework and talked with Chatterbait or Z-Man, and was able to put the blade attached to the eye. But like I said, this right here is a pretty cool feature. Not exactly sure what that helps with. I mean, because once you cast that there and start pulling it, So start doing that. I guess maybe going over things, other obstacles and all that. But like I say, I just found out before doing the video that it has that on there. So, but that could be another issue later down the road that could cause some problems. I don't know. You know, I'm not sponsored by any of these companies on Pro Staff or endorse any of them. Just kind of talking to you about what I like in them. Now, going to the knockoff, as you can see, you got the snap ring here, you got your blade. Now look at this blade compared to, let's go to the original Chatterbait. You see the difference there. This is more of a rounded blade. It don't have that bend in the end of it like this one does too. Now, as you'll see in the footage there, this knockoff actually has a lot of vibration. Like when you're casting out and you're reeling it in, you can really feel the tip of the rod working. Like it is vibrating like crazy. Now, the thing I have had problems with is a lot of these baits here is getting kind of like, they're all over the place more. Like if you're trying to get more of a straight line bait, you want something that's more attached to the head. It's more, you know, it's more straight line when you're reeling it in. Now, if you want something more real erratic though, like the fish are really aggressive or you're trying to get them to get more aggressive and biting and all that, I think this bait right here would do pretty good. I used to throw stuff like this down at Bugs until I got more into just throwing the regular chatterbait when I used to kind of make my own stuff. But this is, I don't even know where I got this one from, but you'll see in the video, it's got a lot of vibration to it, and I don't see where any of these baits could outperform it on that wise. Now, getting into it though, I feel like you got more of a weak point here when it comes to your snap ring, with it breaking off, you know, breaking one, or sometimes these things will bend and your blade will get caught down in them. So that's why I always think if you're gonna throw a chatterbait or a vibrating jig or anything like that, me personally, if I don't want to throw the evergreen because of the money or the thunder cricket, I'm at least going to get the original. They always got really good action. I've been really impressed with the chatterbaits, and just started throwing it this year, the evergreen, because of all the hype. You know, it's been a lot of kayak tournaments won, it's been a lot of bass boat tournaments won off of this bait. When you talk to a lot of pros on elite FLW side, you talk about a vibrating jig, a lot of them talk about the evergreen. So, but anyways, guys, a lot of this was thrown, all the testing was thrown on the Expert Falcon rod. This is the spinnerbait chatterbait series 6'10", and it's got a good tip on the end of it, so you have that give from when you set the hook. And then everything else was done with 14-pound fluorocarbon Seaguar line. That's what I throw on all of them. I throw that on my spinnerbaits, I throw that on my chatterbaits. Guys, I hope this video helps you when it comes to, you know, figuring out what bait you want and what bait you think is right. I think all of them are great. I think they all catch fish. They're all vibrating jigs. They all got that action. So, but it just all depends on your confidence and what you like to throw. So anyways, guys, check out the links in the bottom. We'll have links to all of the baits that we got here. And also, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and share this video with your friends. Guys, we'll talk to you later. See ya.